Hello to all of our Binance audience. I'm Moonla, I'm your host. I would like to review our backstage and to show you over here. Let me check. Oh, I actually need to adjust this setting. Okay, now this looks perfect. Yes, the right angle. And welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's MA session. I'm Moonlight. I'll be your host. I'm super excited for this conversation because we are going to dive into a unique topic that's getting hotter and hotter in the Web3 space. It's pre-IPO opportunities on chain. And I believe a lot of our Binance audience, if you have been through several cycles, you must know that IPO used to be super popular, right? Especially like back in 2018, 2019. And today we have very special guest speaker, Yiying. She's the co-founder of Jarsy. And Jarsy is a project you probably heard or probably seen it, right? Buzzing across X or Twitter lately. And if you haven't checked it out, they are building something quite unique in the world of tokenized pre-IPO assets. And they're here to unpack everything directly from the source to our Binance audience. A warm welcome to Ying from Jarsy. Thank you so much for being here with us. Would you like to give us a brief introduction about yourself and about the project? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me, Moonlight. I'm Yiying, co-founder of Jarsy. And so just a little bit about myself. I started with crypto like 7 or 8 years ago during 2017 when the first ICO boom started. But at that time, there is a lot of like a macro and compliance risks dealing with ICO. So I ended up giving up and get back to working at Web2 world. So I was a data scientist at Uber, the ride sharing company in San Francisco, and then I went to Square, Jack Dorsey's company. Later, I was also working at the Ripple, the crypto company. So after that, I was still very passionate about crypto. So in the DeFi summer, I got back to the doing the crypto again, and now I'm doing Jarsy because I was always looking for the real use case of crypto and blockchain, and I feel like pre-IPO is an area where it's something that people are always under deserved because just things before IPO is very exciting, but people are not able to invest it in. But combined with blockchain, it just gives them transparencies they want for for this popular asset type. So these two things combined together, to me, it sounds very exciting and very impactful to me and to other people. That's why I decided to work on this project. Yes.
That is just amazing. I have to say that I'm super impressed by your journey, right, from Web2 to Web3 and then come back over here to build Jarsy. So what exactly is pre-IPO on-chain for our Binance audience who probably, some of them probably don't really understand what this means, and what exactly can Jarsy do for our audience over here? How do we participate to Jarsy? Do you mind to share more with us? And feel free to share your screen if you wanted to. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can maybe start first conceptually and later I can share my screen. So the idea here is that, so think about Robinhood, right? Like if you want to buy Tesla, you can just open up the Robinhood app or any other things. I know in Europe, people use eToro or Weibo or wherever to just buy the share and starting from a very low minimum amount. And it's it's very straightforward. But the problem is that if you want to buy Elon Musk's another company, which is called SpaceX or XAI, then you don't have this opportunity because this company is not even public yet. So then what Jarsy offer is the same experience of buying SpaceX, XAI, or even like Kraken, like even Circle before the IPO. We also offer that to you as as a one app experience. You can directly invest in them. So on the backend side, how our operational thing work is that we acquire the real equities to back the token that we issue. For example, if you bought one SpaceX token, it's not like you just bought a meme coin token or a just token that just issue without any backer. In reality, we actually acquire the exact same amount of equities in the backend. In this approach, our the way we expand become a little bit harder than others, you know, pre-IPO, concept companies. But the good thing is that for everything you purchase, there is a real value back it. So let me give you an example of what I mean. So I'm gonna share my screen. Just give me a second.
Sure, take your
Um,
time.
yeah. So where is it? Okay. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Yeah.
Yes, we can see it. Perfect.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, Jarsy already offer like 20 to 30 selective but the hottest pre-IPO companies in the US. So for example, you can see XAI and you can see that my holding is $13, which is incredible because traditionally for a retail investor, you cannot buy $13 worth of XAI because it's a private company and usually the minimum threshold to start purchasing from private banking or from like broker platform like EquityZen, you need to start from 13 like no, 100K USD. That's just common sense. But Jarsy makes it possible to buy in fraction, and also you can see the price on Jarsy very straightforwardly. And for example, if you are following, I don't know, Perplexity, which is another AI search engine company, you can just enter how much you want to buy. And I currently have only $10, so I just can really just buy $10 worth of it. Sorry, actually, I don't have balance now. I'm sorry. But the idea here is that you can make a listing limit order, and then you can preview the order and place it. And you can also sell whatever you have here. So currently, I don't have holdings, so I cannot sell anything. But if you do have the Jarsy Perplexity token, you can sell it back to the platform at the price you want as well. But the success depends on if your price is competitive or not. But I just want to give you an idea of that we make this illiquid asset, can be circulated in within our platform. And another good thing is about company that did go IPO, such as Circle. So we offered our user with Circle private share in January 2025 when the price is just $25 per share, which is, like when it's IPO, the price is 60 or 70 something, just for your reference. So after it go IPO, you will be able to see this asset in the after IPO tab, and then you can sell it at the public equity price. Here you can see that today's Circle price in the public market is $71, and you can literally place an order and sell the post IPO token on Jarsy, even though you bought it with the pre IPO price and you just hold it for a while. So all you can see here is that we provide liquidity in two ways. One is regardless if it IPO or not, you can sell it to Jarsy. The other is after IPO, you can either hold it or like sell it to us in the public equity price. Yeah.
Wow, that is just amazing. And just like you say, right? A lot of great companies that we so much wanted to invest in, but they haven't even like IPO or know any stocks that we could buy, right? So this is really interesting that Jesse give us this kind of opportunity to participate. So, what are the potential opportunities and hot takes around pre-IPO investment right now that you are paying attention to? And well, of course, we wanted to the audience no financial advice, but just wanted to look at the current market and see some well potentials, right? And so asking for Ying's advice and your suggestions since you're an expert here. Thank you.
I'm a tech background person. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm happy to just tell you about what makes our user exciting. It's not finance advice. And so first thing is that people love Elon Musk, and they have high faith on that he will make his company work and not dying, because especially he has such an ecosystem of Tesla, XAI, and the SpaceX. So there is just a lot of partnerships, or the ways that can help each other in terms of both either revenue or business development. So I feel like buying Elon Musk company is a very hot option for our users. And another hot take is like prediction market, because like Polymarket and Kalshi are both coming back to the US, and the Polymarket is invested by NYSE's parent company ICE, and it's like it's going big now, and also Kalshi is invested by Sequoia, XYZ. So definitely there's some hype around the prediction market stocks on Jarsy. Another category that's always very hot is the AI. I think I don't even need to explain why people think big on AI, because it's just changing everyday's life. So the AI here, I mean like OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity, data or AI infrastructure like Databricks, or like Nvidia's competitors like Cerebras or Grok. All these AI ecosystem, from the upstream like infra to the chips, hardware, all the way down to the consumer facing ones or LLM. They are it's just a big story and the narrative to play. So I think they are all very good for value investing. Yeah.
That's a great suggestion. Thank you so much, Ying. And especially you have the tech background, right? So yeah, talking about AI, this is just amazing. I have to say that it changed our lives. And so, well, later we're going to answer our audience questions because yeah, since we talk about AI, they are also curious about will Jarsy also integrate AI tools, but we can talk about that later. And so the next discussion topic we would like to discuss is can you share more about the background of the Jarsy team? Of course, our audience are super curious about your team. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sure. So I am the co-founder, one of the co-founder. So the other co-founder are both my previous co-workers. As I mentioned, I used to work at Uber and Square, and my co-founder CEO Han and the CTO Chen Yang, they are both early Uber employees. CEO Han is actually Uber China co-founder. He worked with Travis Kalanick back to 2014, and he worked with Mark Zuckerberg in 2012 at Facebook. And he's also leadership at Afterpay, later acquired by Jack Dorsey's company Square. So that's why our career path just collapse, just come across again many times. And Chen Yang is also like tech lead in Square and in Afterpay and the Uber. And the whole team is the company is registered in the US, and the headquarters is in the US, and then the rest of the team is decentralized, like me and another teammate in ANZ, New Zealand and Australia, and another few people in in Europe and the US. Yeah.
That's just awesome. And wow, your team is like full of people from the big tech, right? In Web2 space and coming to Web3. That is just awesome. And so we know that in the cycle, another thing less similar to pre-IPO opportunities is called tokenized stock, right? So there are a lot of other platforms like this. So what makes Jarsy different from other entrepreneur IPO platforms or tokenized stock platforms? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That's a really good question. So, tokenized stock is I would I would assume you mean like X stocks ordinary. They are focused on tokenized public equities. I feel like that part is more similar to our business model because they do have the real equity acquired when they mint on token. They mint the token and allow people trade in the exchange, like Bybit or Gemini. Uh, but for the but the difference here is we offer pre-IPO thing, which the difficulty of acquiring the asset is a completely different dimension. And then go back to the pre-IPO world, our competitors. So the difference, I will take Robinhood as an example because it's just big and famous enough. And Vlad, their CEO, talk a lot about pre-IPO tokenization. So they previously, the first half of the year, this year, they were thinking about doing the CFD style. To do that, basically, they didn't buy the real equities. They just pay you based on the difference between your cost and the price they quoted as the final price, and then just pay you the difference. So the real underlying doesn't matter. This model works for all commodities from private equities like we do all the way to gold and anything. But that's just not our philosophy because we still believe that um, either there need to be a source of truth for the price, but in the private equity world there's no such thing. Then the next thing, if that approach doesn't work with a source of truth price, then what we need is the real asset, meaning if there is a real liquidity needs event that needs to happen, we can at least redeem those true equities. So when users sell the token, we can get the money from the real world and pay our users off, regardless if it's IPO'd or it's not IPO'd. Yeah.
Got it. So I just wanted to clarify one thing that the pre-IPO opportunities that Jarsy share with the users is actually the like real allocations that you receive from those companies instead of like other tokenized stocks. It's kind of like, well, I can say air, but I know some people, yeah, I think it's just kind of like air. Oh my goodness. That is just amazing. How do you guys get those allocations from those big tech? Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's another really good question. I'm not lying to you, but when we start, this is the hardest part because when Jarsy don't have much user and the capital amount we have is small, there is very few assets we're able to warehouse because usually for like deals like SpaceX, you need to have like $500,000 in order to start acquire this asset as a business. So at the beginning, it was quite hard, but as we but our background are all based in Silicon Valley. I personally also have been live and work in Silicon Valley for like many years. So we have enough private equity like GP funds connections in the Bay Area, so that they are willing to work with us and sell their shares to us. For example, our like Circle seller is like on the Circle cap table and is a long-term partner with Circle. So it's at the beginning, it's really connection based to get them willing to sell a small amount to us. But as our buying power grows now, because we now have tens of thousands users and the millions of dollars transaction every month, we're able to just acquire the like shares from those sellers like other big buyers now, not the big one, but the uh, like beginning like business requirement we can reach. So after that, it just gets much easier to acquire these assets from our sellers, and there's just some flywheel effect on that. Yeah.
Got it. That is just amazing. Congratulations. And well, I think from marketing perspective, Jarsy really should emphasize this because like I said, there are just so many other tokenized stock platforms that are very popular. And especially a lot of our audience or our community members who don't really have access. Well, actually, everyone don't have access to buy those, yeah, pre-IPO stocks, right? And they just went to tokenize stocks, and but I think yeah, after listening to Ying's explanations, I believe that Jarsy is more, I would say, legit, right? The pre-IPO thing is more legit than tokenized stocks. Wow, I didn't know that. This is just amazing, I have to say. And so, of course, um, the next question we would like to discuss, since this is well, pre-IPO, right? Of course, we need to face that there are certain risks or concerns that we might need to be aware of, right? How does exit or liquidity work on Jarsy? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. That's first thing first is a pre-IPO is a relatively illiquid market. It's not like, Tesla stock. You can, if you want to stop loss or just stop, take profit, you just sell it and it immediately happen. The price you saw is the price you get settled. Before the company go IPO, the price is all, it's like selling a car. It all depends on the market, and you sometimes need to find a broker that are able to charge you less commission but sell at a good price for you. That's how the private market works. I know that it sounds nasty and I hate it as well. So what Jarsy do here is that we create this marketplace here that currently we have tens of thousands of users, right? So when you place a sale order, um, Jarsy as a market will, it's kind of like a market maker, or you can say in the car second car world, it's like a car dealer. We take it, and the price might be there is not perfectly maybe like your the buy and sell will have different price because there's some bid ask spread, but we just as the market maker we take it for you and then we sell it to the next user. We have this proprietary AMM model that decide the pricing curve, so it's super easy for us to calculate how much it worth depend on how much you sell. The more you sell, maybe it impact the market more and the price will be gradually decrease when you sell it. But anyway, what I want to say here is that we make this secondary market liquid within our platform. We usually don't really redeem the underlying equities because our market is big enough that if you don't want it, someone else might want it. So it's not unlikely that there will be a huge dump that everyone is dumping. At that moment, we probably will started to sell the real asset underlying to other, private, equity buyer in the real world. But most of the time, it's just a, in platform trading, yeah, through the AMM. Yeah. And as for other risk, you should think of is that this is not really a risk, but its lock period can impact your return. So take Circle for example. Although Circle, our user bought Circle in January and Circle IPO in June, but the actual Circle shares is not pegged to the actual public price because the private equity shares are locked for 6 months, meaning that even though the public counterparty is trading after June and the people can buy and sell on Robinhood, etc. But Jarsy's Circle, because it's from private world, so it's not exactly tradable at from June to December. So just very recently, like last week, since Circle has the earning call and the policy triggers, either the earning call happen or the 6 months lock period ends, which is December, whichever happened the first will release the private shares of Circle. So it's just until recently our private share circle holders can trade the circle as a public token. Before that, they're able to sell back to us, but it's still not equal to the public equity price because Jarsy itself cannot sell this private credit in the private shares in the public market price because due to the circle company policy is frozen for 6 months. Yeah.
Got it. Wow, that is definitely really unique and good to know about Elise. I feel like I gained a lot of new knowledge today after interviewing Yiying. And let's starting with our audience questions over here. The first one, people are truly curious. So, you have amazing background in Web 2. Did you like give up all your Web 2 stuff, your Web 2 job, and then full time at Jarsy right now? Why? Thank you.
I'm surprised because I was just joining another crypto conference in Australia, and people ask me the same question. I think I don't feel that way because I don't think it's something that's very hard to make a decision, because like I was in large tech and it's I've been there for like 7 years, and I feel like I met this midlife crisis where up leveling to the next level in the career ladder is all about manage up, manage down, and sometimes to do with politics. Sometimes it's you put a lot of effort of yourself into the company, but the impact you see isn't not that visible because your company is so big and what you can do is very limited. But in the startup world, it's completely different. Like, for example, when I'm doing this AMA with you, it's probably helping Jarsy to get more visible. And I just feel the ownership when I help Jarsy to grow. It's the sense of achievement is different than working at large tech company. Although in large tech company, I get a very stable reward. I got their stocks, and the stocks are great, right? But it just at certain point it doesn't feel that good anymore. I'm not sure if it makes sense here. Yeah.
I think you have like your goal is different. Unlike traditional routes, people would be like, oh, we graduate from good university, we get a good job at, oh my goodness, look at Ying's education background. MIT, Uber, Square, Ripple. This is the perfect life for the majority of the world, right? And then you gave so much, like just like you say, right? The company stock, the company share, and then very high salary, good payment, stable life, and then just all into startups and yeah, create this amazing platform, pre-IPO platform named Jarsy. Wow, respect.
Actually, yeah, thank you. Our CEO Han is, I think he inspires me as well because he is a 2012 Facebook employee, so he worked with Zuckerberg, and then at Uber he worked at 2014 for 4 years, and then after being acquired by Square, he made so much just from the equities he owned, but he didn't stop there and retire, but he's telling me that he said he's lucky. He's very humble. He said, I'm lucky because I was catching up with the tech bubble and joined this company before AI came out and before Facebook was, this amount of money, Uber was this amount of money. I'm just lucky enough to get early shares of it. And he said that, but I'm worried that my son's generation cannot have the same type of opportunity like I do because the Silicon Valley housing has become so expensive, and those the magnificent 7 U.S. equities have become so expensive. I can and those company like SpaceX, they never go public, and it seems not go public for a while at least, and but not many people can afford to have private bankers to help them invest in those pre-IPO companies. But these companies have huge potential, like Anthropic, right? Kraken, XAI. So here our vision is that these things are underserved to most people. It's only serving the high net worth people, starting from $1 million. I was talking to a guy and he said, "Yeah, I invest in SpaceX. It's just a few $1 million." And I was like, "That's not true for most of people. Most people don't have millions of dollars, and they don't even know how to invest in that, and they cannot even afford the brokerage fee of that." So that's why I feel like what we are doing is meaningful, because it's just democratize something that's not there for many people, for many people. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my. Well, once again, respect, yeah, to Ying and the Jarsy team. And also, once again, friends, if you haven't given Jarsy a follow, you should do so and check out their platform. That is just amazing. It is real pre-IPO opportunities for everyone. And so, another question from our audience: are there any limitations in terms of the users who could participate? Because, like, take an example for Chinese citizens, it's so difficult for them to buy a share of US company stocks, right? So there are any limitations on Jassy? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really great regulatory question. So, currently we do allow Chinese people, we welcome Chinese investors to sign up and the KYC use our platform. We're a US based company. The only countries that we restrict user to use is Russia, Iran, like North Korea, like that. But most country you can use it. The thing is that we do provide you with the P&L as well, and it's your responsibility to do your own country's tax reporting. Yeah. We don't provide tax advice. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much. Yes, tax report is really, really important. And also, since we talk about regulations, right? How does Jassy handle compliance when um, building this pre-IPO platform for everyone? Thank you.
Yeah, that's I think that's a core, like it's almost like an intellectual property of Jarsy to do that. And it's definitely we raised around from Briar Capital, which is the Circle Series A lead investor, and also Facebook Series A lead investor. So we spend most of the fund we raised on the legal work in the US, because first, legal is costly, the good lawyers cost money. Second is we just value the importance of regulation. So from that side, we are US registered, and we are US regulated. We are the first US regulated like pre-IPO platform, and we work actively with the SEC and regulators to address how things work with Jarsy. And we currently follow the five like the regulation reg D and reg S, meaning that for US users we enforce very strict rules. You need to be a accredited investor, which means your net income needs to be 200K if you're individual. If you're family, you need to have 300K. If your net worth is more than $1 million. And then for regulation Reg S, what we require is for overseas users, you can exempt and from those requirements, and you can easily invest it on Jarsy. So yeah, all in all is that we do KYC, and we have enforced the Reg D and Reg S exemptions based on if you are US or non-US users.
Got it. Thank you so much for especially, yeah, telling us about this. So for our Binance audience, if you are based in certain restricted countries or areas, we'll make sure like read the fine print. And another question is, are there any minimum investment size that user need to participate, or there's basically no limitations? Thank you. Or a maximum. Thank you.
So there's no maximum in in theory, and the minimum is $10 because I love this idea of $10 because it's literally we want to give you the lowest threshold to start pre-IPO investing, and you can get a taste of pre-IPO investing just with $10. I just feel like this idea is amazing to me, um, but in reality, if you like buy a lot, we because I as I mentioned that we use our own capital to warehouse the assets. So if you buy like $10 million SpaceX, we probably don't have that many shares. So what we will do is we will recommend you to not buy the spot assets, but to buy the pre-sale assets where we require you to lock in the capital, and then you can wait for us to source the next deal and put your money into the deal. So we are very flexible. There are two business model. One is warehousing that if you invest less money, like 10K or something, you can easily just settle because the SpaceX equity has been acquired by us and the SpaceX token has been minted. You can directly buy the token. But if you really talk about a huge max that you want Jarsy to help you settle, then we will recommend you to do pre-sale, and that takes time, and there is probability that the deal will be unsuccessful. And if that happens, we will return you the money immediately, 100%. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Wow, that's really good, right? 100% money back if something's happened. And another question from our community members uh is it possible to share any investment, like current investment or from other different like VCs with our audience? Thank you.
Investment with VC. What does you mean? Jarsy's investor or?
Yeah, let me check the audience question. Yeah, I believe they wanted to know um are there like investment news like from other VCs that invest in Jarsy that you could share with us. Thank you.
Yeah. For my understanding, you are asking Jarsy's backer and investor. So we raised one round before. That's last Christmas, and the lead investor is Breyer Capital, and the Breyer Capital is founded by Jim Breyer, who is a previous Excel partner and the Circle Series A lead investor, and the Facebook Series A investor as well. They are he's also executive from Blackstone Group, which is the largest private equity in the world. So that's the main lead investor. Aside from him, we also have angels. I think you guys know them, like Anchorage, which is the compliant custody solution in the US that quite big, and their CEO Nathan, and another one is Sui, Mr. Lab founder, Evan Chen, and we also have EigenLayer like COO Alan Curtis, and yeah, a few other like angel investor who are leaderships in Silicon Valley or the Web3 top leadership. Yeah,
Wow, that is
total
really nice.
total we raised 5 million from them, and there is a PR I think from Forbes about that before. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Congratulations. Yeah, well, have to say that definitely Jassy need to do more marketing, like emphasize the advantages, right, of your pre-IPO platform and also about fundraising. And well, here comes another question related to Liz. How will Jassy grow your platform's users, especially right now we officially step into bear market? Thank you.
Oh my God, this is such a good question. So sharp. um, I First thing first is that Jarsy is growing at we are growing at our own pace. We never try to burn the money and ask for viral referral and a lot of commission thing. So we're actually doing good so far. I feel like we saw the real product market fit especially in US and Asia investors. So it's our growth is and the revenue is covering the cost of R&D and the marketing altogether. So I don't feel much stress just from the beer market. It's maybe because our project is still small, so we haven't saturated yet. But on the other hand, my view about the beer market's impact on Jarsy is different because the crypto is. I also invest in crypto, right? So the crypto market might not be ideal now, and yeah, but I feel like that's not necessarily mean the private market is bad, because if you look at the growth or the valuation of the private market, it's not correlated with the crypto market or the public US stock. So it's a good way to diversify the portfolio. And I also even feel it's more stable because for the companies that Jarsy choose to list, such as SpaceX, if the performance or the market is not good, the company can choose not to raise another round. Then the valuation price also won't go down. It won't be like the public Tesla price, every day sensitive to the news. It's like a roller coaster. In the private market, it's usually quite sturdy and stable. So I actually think it's a good alternative thing to invest compared to the public accessible assets. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much for answering all of our community members' questions. And do you have any other information that you wanted to share with our audience so far?
Um, n- not really a lot, but yeah, I think so. At Jarsy will do list more products in the next couple of months, and I mean like investment assets. We try our best to cover things that the user give us feedback about. So at the beginning, we only have Elon Musk company, and later we have AI companies, all the other AI companies, and also prediction markets, and even Kraken. People in the crypto loves the pre-IPO, fintech and the crypto companies. So we have been using the watch list features. So if you sign up and you bookmark your favorite companies, we value your feedback and we try to launch companies that people are interested in. There are European users ask us to about Revolut, and there are some Chinese users ask about like ByteDance and other frontier technology that they feel super super cool and want to be part of the journey via investment. So yeah, just feel free to add Jarsy on Twitter or DM Jarsy, or just sign up and bookmark your favorite company. We will all listen and summarize the statistic on the feedback and try our best to offer those things to our users. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ying, for joining us today. Well, I think based on our bonus audience questions, um, for marketing side, maybe could emphasize several things like the team's background, right? Super, all from big tech company and then joining Jarsy to build. And then secondly, most important thing is the pre-IPO people get real allocations instead of air, right? Instead of some tokenized stock platforms, right? Unlike those. And also, yeah, there are a lot of different, I would say, like money bag policy to protect our users' funds. I think that's important. Oh, okay. One more questions we got from our finance audience over here. So, which blockchain does Jarsy platform support? Is it BNB chain or other chains? Thank you.
Yeah. Here I want to highlight that we only support the base chain now.
Got it.
But we will go multi-chain in the future. But we're US based and we work with Coinbase. So yeah, Base is the default chain at this moment, and we only accept USDC if you are crypto users.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So for okay, then there's actually another interesting marketing point. Jarsy can actually also toward Web 2 users, right? can people use credit card to purchase the pre-IPO stocks opportunity?
We accept fiat currency. We accept but it's not through credit card because we do everything to minimize the cost, the transaction cost for user.
Right.
Credit card doesn't worth it. So you can directly wire the money to the Jarsy account, and it will automatically transfer to USD regardless of what currency you're transferring, fiat currency. So in that way, you can minimize the fee and invest. It's a fixed fee. It's just wire fee, one-time wire fee, but you can invest as much as you want.
Oh, got it. That's really smart. Nice. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So currently, Base, because Jarsy is like deep collaborating with Coinbase, and any chance that Jarsy will push out your own platform's token?
Great question. A lot of people are asking if they can invest in Jarsy or Jarsy token. So we haven't have a clear plan yet. Maybe we'll have, in the future have a utility token, but currently it's we focus on just investment asset specific, such as SpaceX Jarsy token, Circle Jarsy token, because we the company background is more like product driven, and we think serving people to directly invest in what they want is our short-term goal. But in the future, if we found that there could be different tokenomics and the mechanism to make holding tokens more easy to trade or can trade cheaper, we'll probably think about that. But honestly, at this moment, no.
Okay. Yeah. And I believe people ask this question is because people are really super interested in getting more involved with Jarsy, right? Instead of, yeah, other than, I should say, other than participating in those pre-IPO deals, but also buying Jarsy's tokens if you have it. That is so cool. And once again, thank you so much, Ying, for spending time with us. I'm not sure what time is it right now in Australia. Let me check. Sydney time. Australia is
12
12.
a.m.
Oh, 12
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah, I'm still awake.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ying, for doing
Okay.
this for our Binance community. 12
Well,
a.m. midnight.
thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone, for spending your time. Your time is very valuable here.
Wow, my, and we do have replay that later. We will show replays for our audience who joined us a bit late because our Binance audience are from every session. They are from like over 60 different countries. It's just amazing. So there's like no sleep over here. But Ying, you need to take a break. And thank you so much for sharing so much information to us. And Ying is a co-founder at Jarsy, and she has spending time about an hour, right, sharing and very detailed and eye-opening. I have to use eye-opening this phrase, right? Explanations with our Binance community. And thank you everyone for joining. Your
Thank you.
engagement really keeps this session alive, and really appreciate, especially for friends who post amazing constructive questions or suggestions, right? And be sure to follow Ying and Jarsy on X on Moonlight. It's been a pleasure hosting this MA for you, Ying. Amazing project, Jarsy. So everyone,
Thank you, everyone.
thank
Yeah.
you so much. Let's stay connected. See you next time. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good
Mm.
night. Bye.
You too, everyone.
Bye. Well, this is just super, friends. I'm going to play some music and we're going to do some replay. Wow. I learned a lot today. I believe you'll feel the same thing as well. Thank you.